Okay, folks, good morning. Welcome to our microbiology important fungi class. Thank you for tuning into my channel. Thanks, subscribe to my channel if you are enjoying this stuff. I'll be talking about these like organism. We have Candida, Cryptococcus neoformans, Geotrichum, Candidum, Melissia furfur, Trachosporan. Then you have yeast. Then you have aseptate, zygomyces. Then you have dermatophytes, clinically important dermatology point of view. Tinea species, you have macrospore and all that. Then you have highly more septates. So we will quickly talk about few things on the all important fungi, medically important fungi, and try to finish as soon as possible. I got this book interesting. I'll just read for you this book, and it's very interesting. Let's go start with candidiasis. Candida yeast like organism. You have candida, lots of subspecies over there. They cause infection of the cutaneous skin, nails, multiple all those infections. Then you have systemic infections, chronic systemic infections. You have they have granulomatous relations. You have all that polymorpho, mononucleotide and all stuff. Then you have this important morphology like macrobiological point of view is blastoconidios singly and in chains, and oval budding is they are specifically mentioned as oval budding is. Then distinct constructions, true hyphae they have no, true hyphae they have no or only slight, so they don't have true hyphae or not at all. And constrictions at septa, and blastoconidia develop, and you have other lots of species to be mentioned or given in the books. Then if you have tricho yeast like other yeast like fungi or trichosporonosis species, they also cause systemic infection, or they cause systemic infections and even axilla cutaneous infections, dermatology infections. Or commonest you have nodular infects, something nodular infects involving blood vessels, all those. Then same thing granular matters, inflammation, blah blah blah. Then you have pleomorphic is like blastocondia, pseudo hyphae, septate, true hyphae, then all the stuff is there. Then we can go quickly to clinically important ones. Cryptococcus getty. Cryptococcus and all these involves these things, systemic, again you heard systemic. Then the immunocompromised and all that, and all differs from producing separate infection and soap bubble cystic lesions, all that. Then what do you get? Morphology and the coccus. Immunocompromised usually go in favor of that. Then you have you can say this one, typical morphology features or Indian, it stains Indian ink, Cryptococcus neoformans and musicormine. Then scalloped appearance. Then dry fixing, Fontana, Mason stain, all the stains are there. Then it's long way to go. Then what all we have, you have broad or a narrow base is there. thick capsule is there in Cryptococcus species. Then is encapsulated healing. Granular matters again here, mixed separative, immunocompromised generally. Then other is like fungi, or you have that's all we have. Then Geotrichum malassezia furfur is there. All those, where to find them? Okay, Nemocystis girivosi. Nemocystis girivosi is lung infection. Again, it is Nemocystis girivosi is lung infection and disease. They have immunospecific stain. All it non-bedding, round ovoid, collapsed crescent forms. You have GMSA stain. GMS stain is Then you have Coccidioides ametis. You have these are thermally dimorphic ones. I'm talking now. Coccidioides ametis is dimorphic fungi. East ones. Then you have blastomycosis. The species dermatitis is also causing, and histoplasma capsulatum, Sporotrix shingi. All these four are dimorphic, thermally dimorphic. That means they produce yeast in the more than 37 degrees and mold in less than 25 degrees centigrade. Other things we want to talk, coccidioides, you can stain, PAS stain, then hematox, eosin stain, septate hyphae, they have barrel shaped arthrogonidia, and some budding in chains, endospores. Broad based is the commonest thing in blastomyces dermatitis as well as in Coccidioides ametis. Spirules are there in Coccidioides, endospores, spirules or classical feature, immature spirules. All those things are classical. Splendohepoli material. Then you have all this Protothecus sophie. Cryptococcus, you have lots of species, you have lots of subspecies, and all those we can get it in culture and in specific, all kinds of this thing. If you subculture and all, you might get one species. Alright, Candida is Candida. You all is all clinically important one, true, and have been all been talked. Now we have Paracoccidioides, thermally dimorphic. Yes, Paracoccidiomycosis. You have Paracoccidioides brasiliensis. Is all that classical that wheel is there, ship wheel appearance, and single bedding, and you have multiple buds around attached, and all that is a classical feature. It's lungs. Generally, these are all affecting lungs, and even paracoccidiomycosis as well as blastomycosis involving lung skin bones. Then granulomatous, caseation, central abscess, all those stuff, musicoamine, hematology, oxalin, broad base, all that stuff, endospores, spirules. Interesting, I see. Very interesting topic to see. Then you have this penciliosis. Penciliosis is what? Penciliosis is coming under the penciliosis is as the hyaline molds. Okay, penciliosis, thalaromycosis is the hyaline molds, septate hyaline molds, and you have morniphy, thalaromyces or penicillin morniphy. Lymph nodes involve liver, then calcifications, then you have base GMS stains, histiocytes. Important budding does not occur. Penicillin, just note that. If you or fission, reproduction is by fission, orthoconidium, then several septate. Septate. They are septate actually. These are actually septate and hyaline molds. Central necrosis, all these things, calcification, then fine. Capsulatum, all those reported in Nigeria. Then you have histoplasmosis, capsulatum. That's what we also, that is also dimorphic fungi, dimorphic yeast, and they are having acute pulmonary infection. They cause pulmonary infections, and pseudocapsule you need to differentiate them. And they this thing histoplasmosis, do they bud? Genes or stain and right stain preparations. They stain with that, and a pale blue ring is formed, and halo pseudocapsule. Then you have the yeast-like of Thalaromyces do not bud. The Thalaromyces morniphy, we are talking about hyaline, the penicillin, they do not bud. They are prominent transverse septum and reproduced by fission. Candida, variable size, stain better, hematoxylin, pseudocapsule, and Canada generates pyogenic reaction, granulomatous reaction. Sporothrynx shungi, rose gardener's disease, also a thermally dimorphic one. And you have Cryptococcus, Fontana Mason stain, Cryptococcus. Cryptococcus has Fontana Mason stain. Then and that's it. It's all we have on cytoplasm. Then all this in the books, you can just go through it. Then chromoblastomycosis, Phoenicia petrosi, all that exovilia, skin subcutaneous, separative, all that satellite micropsis, black dots, copper pennies, medlar bodies, sclerotic bodies. You have in all this chromoblastomycosis. Chromoblastomycosis belongs to which one? Chromoblastomycosis is still they're all still yeast chromoblastomycosis or yeast only. Alright, then brown pig. It is Phoenicia petrosi chromoblastomycosis. They have satellite microabscess, medulla bodies, scopopenis, black dots, and they are, I think these are dimorphic sporotrichosis, dimorphic fungi, chromoblastosis, chloroblastosis. Sorry. Okay. Then we have other ones. We have is Tinea nigra or Horatia wernicki. Tinea nigra is caused by Horatia wernicki. Palm, sole, feet, stratum, the corneum, dermis, upper epidermis, infections, Metox, Aox, Lindstein, then other dermatophytes, Malassezia furfur complex, 12 species. You have pachydermatitis, stratum. They are all yeast-like organism. Did they cause Ternatenia versicolor, caused by Malassezia, this thing, furfur, and Colcoflow-white KOH preparations, then PA stain, then their olive oil or another long chain fatty acids, olive oil of long chain fatty acids, phyalidic, the opposite. They are actually yeast-like but are actually phylidic, and they characteristically rounded at one end and have flat collarete at the opposite ends. Tinea Malassezia furfur, pachydermatitis. Then we want to know about Tinea microsporum, dermatophytosis, proper microsporum, trichophyton, epidermophyton, flocosum. These three ones, they cause hyperkeratosis, various degree of acanthosis, parakeratosis, and all that. Skin non-deep, non-keratinized layer, majosish granuloma, all against splendor, poly material, all that you have. Arthroconidia, chains of Arthroconidia, branched septate hyphae. These dermatophytes have Arthroconidia, branched septate hyphae. Then Arthroconidia, branched septate hyphae. Chains is the future. They are oval cluster. Tinea versicolor is oval cluster, thick-walled versicolor. Fine. Then you have the systemic Aspergillus yeast, Aspergillus yeast. Aspergillus. And we have other yeast-like actinomycosis and Nocodia, partially acid fast are there, and they are classed between bacteria and fungi. These actinomycosis, they cause neck, face infection inside neck, face, abdomen, pelvis, and you have macrophomic macrophages, palisading epithelioid macrophages, and splendor epoli material. You have granules, sulfur granules, all those. Then branching, these are of branching filaments. These Nocardia actinomyces grouped under branching filaments. um, they are yellow sulfur granules, partially acid fast nocardia. Then you have mycetomas or actinomycotic or eumycotic, streptomyces or actinomycotic, nocardia or actinomycotic. Then pseudoscleria, fusarium, acromium, madurella, all those molds or other molds. They also contains granules, splendor poly materials. Then you have white, yellow, red actinomycotic granules. Then chlamydogonidias are present in eumycotic, as well as they stain gisma, actinomyces, madura, streptomyces. They stain Gimsa stain and imatoxylin, eosilin and PAS. Then nocardia species or lots of subspecies are there. Resiliensis, abscesses, same. They are chronic infections, separating infections. Mordfit, quinone stain, partially acid fast. You have filaments tend to branch at right angles and cocobacillary elements, nocardia, and mucormycosis, zygomycetes, Rhizopus mucor, isomucor, all these subspecies agents causing mucormycosis. They cause lung, nasal, brain, eye, or co with diabetes and immunocompromised individual, and they have broad hyphae, and they PA stain and Gimsa stain, they works with them. Then ribbon-like fashion, they are folded, collapsed, twisted, broad hyphae. Then you get Aspergillus fumigatus, virus, Niger, all lung, paranasal, sinus, systemic infection, as well as invasive aspergillosis, severe neutropenic patients, angioinvasion, blockage of blood vessels, fusarium, pseudosporium, or hyaline fungi subspecies. All these fungal balls, aspergilloma, the wall of the cavity eroded as calcium oxalate crystals, or then chocolate-laden crystals, or their eosinophils, backbone products of eosinophils, as well as you have these infarction thing we studied. And these aspergillus have hyphae originating in the parent hyphae 45 degrees, tend to dichotomous branching and 45 degrees, and parallel arrangement is absent. If the tissue is not intact, and all this, foliates and conidia may occasionally form in areas exposed to air. Pulmonary cavities, nasal, sinus, aspergillomas. Then you have other. What are the other ones? These are the important ones. I think we have covered almost all. Trying to just finish in quite little amount of time, less than half an hour. And all the fungi, important fungi we have in the books for the further referrals. I hope I will be able to put this talk with a few slides. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining my study.